Greetings, Star Explorers. As you can see, I am picking up with Mice Tea once again. I was just in the music. Oh, I forgot there's all those cute little on the front here. So, yeah, we're going to be starting a brand new run of this. This will be my fourth time, I think, actually, because obviously we've got Gavin, and then we've got Sylvie and Felicia. So that means we've just got one more that's like main storyline that we haven't done, and that's what I'm going to be attempting to do today. Now, not to say that if we end up getting something different, that's also not a bad thing, because this is definitely a game I could see myself getting all of the achievements for. Oh, goodness gracious. In fact, I'm probably going to keep this running in the background for the musical achievement. After we're done with this here, because that's just a simple one to listen to all the rad music. Once again, this is a game that I always try to support, and I wish I could advertise it better when I'm going on stream with this here. But in the meantime, let us start a new game. I don't want to just I don't necessarily want to rush through this, because it is a good story, and we could miss some different things if we try to skip a bunch of stuff. Hey Zoe, welcome in. For anybody, gonna do a quick shout out to Zoe, because Zoe is one, if not the one of the creators of the game, and always a big supporter of people who stream this. And it is always crap. Okay, one second. We will. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Zoe and a lot of the creative team will sometimes pop into these, and it is, as I said, always appreciated. There we go. So check out their games. Definitely pick this one up, because it's one of my favorites. And I know you're working on a new project, right? A different game. Or I don't know if it's a game or if it's a visual, like an actual visual novel or a comic. Something about coffee, I think. I have been a little out of the loop as of recently. The kitchen is clear, the dishes are drying, the groceries are put away, and the fridge is cleaned. Some of those stains took a little extra effort, but now I don't need to think about them for a couple of months. Coffee Buns is the sequel. Is that done yet? Because that is something I've been hoping to pick up once it's completely released. Out later this summer? Beautiful. I already know what I'm doing this summer, is I'm picking up a copy and streaming it on as well. Because as I say on every single one of these streams, I freaking love this game, and I want everybody to support you, because you and the team are amazing. Is it going to be similar? Oops. Like similar in style, like, or in like set in the same universe where it's still like a transformation kind of thing? Because that's, I know, a big heavy theme with this one. I fill the electric kettle with filtered water and set the temperature for 195. Thank goodness I have tomorrow off. I barely got through my errands after a full day at work. But I've got enough energy to stay up and do a little reading. Maybe I'll even water Mom's flowers in that Furry Woods phone game. I pull up a teapot and teacup from the cupboard. It might be a Skinnier box, but it keeps getting her It might be a Skinner box, but it keeps her off my back about getting a better job. Or at least a family before I turn 30. A few water droplets condense on the kettle's fill gauge. Oh well, it's not like there's anything I can do about that tonight. My new book is waiting. I pull out a tin of oolong, open the lid, and stick my nose inside. Honestly, maybe I'm just looking forward to making the tea rather than drinking it. The process is so meditative. I cherish every opportunity I have to go through the whole routine. Oolong is one of the fancier preparations I do, and it always sets my personal time apart from the rat race. What an ironic statement. A faint click tells me the kettle has reached the correct temperature. To properly prepare the oolong, I use an infuser and rinse the leaves before steeping them. I even preheat my teacup before pouring the tea. Man, I've gotten really precious about all this, haven't I? I used to throw tea bags I stole from a hotel breakfast buffets into a saucepan on the stovetop. I'm using these loose leaf teas in an infuser. I really think it's cute. I don't drink as much tea as I used to because my diet has had to change drastically. But I love the little tea bags where it's just like you stick it inside like a little guy and he sort of like hangs off the side of the cup. It's very cute. A lot of stuff you can do with these. I don't even think I knew what an infuser was 2 years ago. I carry everything over to the armchair. I sit down and take my first sip. That's good. A rich, roasted body with earthy tones of cinnamon and caramel. It's just strong enough to taste a little bold, but I can adjust that in the next steep. I guess there's a little astringency if I really wanted to nitpick, maybe too much oxidation. But I can't imagine finding a much better on my budget. Happy sparkles. Love that. Oh, I use this pen tool. This has to be, how do you do those then? Because if this is Clip Studio Paint, the sparkles are actually one of the pens that you can use. But I've been looking for something that's like a lens flare kind of thing, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Because that's such a cool little effect, which still like has a lot of impact on this. And now I can focus on my book. Within the deep, dark forest, two cloaked men appear in a small clearing. One stands in wait as the other drags a struggling, bound figure behind him. Before the men can exchange words, the piercing whistle of an arrow cuts through the winter air. The hostage bearer falls to the ground, blood flowing from ding, 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 ding. What's this? Yeah, these are the default sparkles and soft circle brushes. Oh, hey, Dynamo, welcome in. Default sparkle and soft circle brushes. I am going to have to look to see where the soft circle brushes are in that, because I'm currently working on a webcomic with one of my friends, and I literally just used the sparkle tool in order to sort of like show off the shine to a mermaid's scales. And I think the sparkle brushes would be, or like the circle brushes would be really cool to use. So Clip Studio Paint. So that's good to know that we're using the same program, which is makes that very recognizable. I like CSP. It's I used to use Photoshop back in the day until they became like horrifically aggressively against the consumers. But CSP is a good alternative. I peek over at my phone's display and see the face of my boss, Felix, or at least the sliver of his face that isn't obscured by the cat he's holding. There's only one reason for him to call at this hour. Oh, you know what? Let's give a shout out to Dynamo as well, because Dynamo Arcade K Dynamo is one of the artists who worked on this project as well, so highly recommend if you're not already following or paying attention to the creators of this game. You should, because they're both awesome. Beautiful. There we go. And don't do it, Margaret. You don't have to answer. Ding, 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 ding. My finger hovers above the screen. It's probably not important. Just ignore it and get on with your evening. Ding, 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 ding. Ha 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 ha! Grumpy face. God, I love this book, visual novel. It's like, as I've said again, every single time I play this, the art is so damn good in this, and the writing is superb. Just love everything about this. I was reading through some of the achievements, and I'm kind of hoping I can get to some of those, and I still kind of need to, you know, rewatch some of these things with the censored filters off, because I still haven't done that, and I keep promising myself I will. Gosh darn it. Hello? Hey Margaret, how's your evening treating you? Fine, thanks. I just started reading, actually. Really looking forward to my first day off in weeks. Yeah, about that. Felix. Sylvia called in sick. Again. Yeah, I know it's a problem. You know how much I hate to do this, but I'm still running behind on things and I need someone to watch the store. Still, you've been using that excuse for months. Crap, have I? Okay, you've got me, but it's been really busy lately. It's good to have a store and all, good for the store and all, but it's making it harder to keep up on inventory. Plus, there's all these new property tax laws that are going into effect next year. Sorry, I'm rambling. Point is this will be the last time, I swear. I don't believe you, but I will come in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This better be the last time, though. Really. Definitely. See you around. And now, I do not want any spoilers, but I am kind of wondering, because I know it was discussed in previous playthroughs of this about her working at the tea shop, and I wonder if that's a possibility. And if it is, I should probably try to pursue that, because I do love the furry convention and all the stuff that happens through that and the store. I really want to explore like a bunch of the different types of storylines, especially since I've, you know, made a lot of different choices and there's still so much left to unlock. At least one more romance path. I should have said no. This definitely won't be the last time. At least not until he hires more people or gets Sylvia to pull her weight. Take a deep breath, lamenting how quickly the trajectory of my evening has changed. I'll need to go to bed now if I don't want to be a zombie tomorrow. Margaret working at the tea shop. Yes, I was wondering if that's a possibility. Like I said, I don't really want any spoilers necessarily, but I do know that Caleb had suggested that she work with him. I know... Oh, that would be a spoiler if I said that. I know there's like a collaboration, but... Excuse me. Oh, the butterflies. But yeah, like... Either way, I'm hoping to romance Julie. I kind of want to see where it takes me if I use different options. Sigh. I haven't hit the salon in quite a while, or the gym, or a boutique. Oh, shut up. You look beautiful. Why am I even thinking about this? I've got work to worry about. Why do we even keep Sylvia around? She was so fun and enthusiastic when she started. What happened to that Sylvia? Magic. She got caught up in the siren song of stage magic. Though I doubt Felix would actually fire her. I don't think he's got the guts. Whatever. This isn't getting me into bed any faster. I fall into bed and grip the sheets between my clenched fists. Ugh, I had my whole night planned out. Why did he have to call so late? My mind spins as I imagine arguments I've had with Felix and Sylvia over what they've put me through. I shoot down a feeble excuse I invent each time for them. My tirades are full of elegant, righteous fury in my head, though I'm sure they'd fall flat if I ever found the courage to express them out loud. The fake arguments aren't helping me sleep, but they're addicting to stew over. After a few hours of tossing and turning, I finally pass out. So I know I've got all the censoring off here, but while I've got you in stream, I should ask. I've been trying to do more stuff with posting on my YouTube. I don't know if this is because I know certain games have like restrictions on putting them online as videos. So I wasn't sure if that was something that was in your policy not to do. Because I definitely don't want to get in trouble, and I certainly don't want to have any like ill will between, you know, yourselves and me, because I enjoy streaming with you guys in the channel because you're both really sweet, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't routines. Wanted to make sure that it wasn't like any kind of like downside to posting up on there. Because I'm not sure. I don't think I did post any of the other ones, but I'm trying to do editing a lot more. Please, by all means, upload the YouTube. Fantastic, absolutely, and I will make sure to like link it to your channel or your stores, whatnot, so people can know how to check this out, because it's a freaking fantastic game that I always enjoy playing. I just fell asleep. I roll over in the silence, alarms blaring from my phone. Once my eyes focus, I notice it's half an hour later than I thought. Crap, I hit the snooze button in my sleep again. I speed through the normal morning routine and run out to the door to catch my train with toast and tea in hand. The store is only a 5-minute walk from the station after a 40-minute ride, but I'll have to make it in 2 minutes to be on time. Finally, a chance to exercise. I alternate between speed walking and a light jog. It's about all I can handle. Yeah, you and me both, sister. Although I'm getting a little bit better. That... I hate to say it, I was not paying that much attention, and her sliding in from the left hand of the screen actually startled me. Bit of a mousy jump scare. Seconds remain as I reach the front door. There's just enough time to... Look, you're already coming in for Felix on your day off. Again, you don't need to worry about being a few minutes late. I really should be used to getting up at 7 a.m. at this point. Felix better not think he's getting off easy this time. I reach for the door handle only for the door to open toward me. Good morning, Margaret. Felix stands up and beams radiating enthusiastic energy. Thanks again for coming in on such short notice. I don't know what I'd do without you. Unfortunately for me, his enthusiasm has always been more infectious than anyone I'd ever met. It's like he can irradiate you with positivity. If there's any piece of my mind I plan to give him, I've already lost it. No problem. I follow him inside. He might not be a great boss, but at least his heart is in the right place. Is that a new thermos? I have one just like it. I've had it for 3 months. You must have put a new sticker on it or something. There aren't any stickers on it. Is that a new tea? Nope, just regular Earl Grey, extra caffeine. We do have some coffee if you need it. Say the word and I'll start a pot. Coffee makes me jittery, but I'll keep you updated. By the way, you mentioned finishing the 5th book in the High Hawk Above series the other day. How'd you like it? It was pretty good. I kept the grounded quality I appreciate from the series, while still throwing in a lot more exciting fight scenes that intrigued me in the last volume. I really enjoyed the part where the Sorcerer's Apprentice revealed his scheme. The author's been building up for nearly 3 books. As a recently published author, I completely understand that. I know, I went back to reread a bunch of passages so I could pick up all the hints that the author dropped. Felix's taste in literature is eerily close to my own. He's the only other person I've met with any interest in Eastern European low fantasy. Plus, my heart was pounding the whole time they were escaping from the constable's search party. Yeah, me too. Have you started the new one yet? Well, I started it last night, right before you called. Oh, I'm sorry. If you want to take some extra time during lunch, I can cover for you. That might be nice. Any updates on the hiring process? Crud, I completely forgot. Sure you did, Felix. Figures. I'll get to it this week, I swear. Just like every week. I'm gonna be nice to Felix, though, because I know he's going through some stuff. Because I do not know if I've actually seen any ending in which Felix isn't gender swapped by the end of it. Or rather, yeah, I guess that's fair to say. I'm gonna have to rent a billboard next to his house to remind him. Oh, real quick, I took cute pictures of Mittens. Do you want to see? If I have an addiction to tea, Felix has an addiction to cats. I don't know if how he manages it. It's a canon event. Nice. Oh yes, that's fantastic. Great. Okay. So that one hits home to me. So the fact that Felicia is always at the end of the story really warms my heart, and I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be nice to Felicia. I'll just say. And for anybody who hasn't watched it, I will just say right now that there are probably going to be spoilers. I'm going to try and keep them down to a minimum. But seeing as the fact is Felicia is on the title page when I first loaded up the game, I don't think I'm really spoiling that terribly much. Felicia is inevitable. Yeah, it always is. And we love it. We absolutely love it. I don't know. All flustered. I don't know how he manages it, but I've never seen pictures of the same cat twice. I figure they'd breed under his floorboards. Wow, he's really up on that couch, isn't he? Yeah, he's a little stinker. What is he, number 6? 4, I'll have you know. Ding-a-ling! The first customer of the day cuts our small talk short. I'll leave the floor to you. The budget won't review itself. Deep breaths. Hello, welcome to Barlow's Books. Can I help you with anything? Oh, yes, I was looking for... My unscheduled work shift, I'm gonna, for the in-between narrations, I'm probably just gonna use my normal voice because I don't want to... I kind of want to practice more, or I don't want to say voice training because I'm not quite there yet, but pitching it a little higher for the women in the book and the game. Woo! Don't worry. It's the worst kept secret of the game. Excuse me. I'm glad to hear that. Although I will, and I think one of you might have been in the stream where I first discovered Sylvie's backstory, and I was fucking delighted to find out. I love this game so much. My unscheduled work shift is as uneventful as any other. I started working here 5 years ago after graduating college. It was a job just to pay the rent while I found something better. At this point, my life revolves around the store. For years, the store was stable due to regulars, but the neighborhood graduated from up and coming to arrived and word got out. Just one clerk on the floor used to be enough, but it's gotten tough to keep pace by myself. A moment to catch my breath every half hour is usually enough to get by, but those are becoming scarce. I slog through the day, checking out every customer while I restock, clean, and give recommendations. I somehow still manage to maintain a smile for the final trickle of customers in the shop's waning hours. Hi, beautiful. Can I help you with anything? Oh, I'd like to get my sister a gift, but I'm not sure what she'd like. Do you know if she's read The Shapes We See? I don't think so. It's been really popular lately. It's my go-to gift if I'm not sure what to get someone. And she could exchange it for something else if she ends up not wanting it. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I can help you check out over here if that's all you need. Oh, if you're sure you can take the time to check me out. That's my job after all. I'm a cashier here. Goodness, all the times I've come here I thought you were the manager. Nope, just a regular employee. I've just worked here for a while. Though a couple who own the store offered me the manager job a few years ago when they retired. And you didn't take it? No, I didn't think it was right for me. That seemed more like Felix's forte. Now we've seen how that worked out. I suppose management isn't right for everybody, though it seems like you do most of the work here already, honestly. Haha, maybe. Thanks for your help. Have a nice day. After helping the last couple of customers and closing up the shop, it's finally time to go. At least my shift didn't mess up my plans with Julie and Gavin tonight. Oh man, Gavin, what did I say? Caleb? Ugh. Forgot. It has been a while. It might have been like a year since I played this last. Tea Friends should still be open by the time I get there. Maybe I can shop for a little before Gavin closes up. Beep. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to... Oh, it's you. Hey, Margaret. Sylvia stands there, her arms overburdened with bags. Clearly, she's been busy. Well, she's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, so, you know. But, we love the dolls. You're looking healthy. All right. Sylvia slumps over and brings her hand to her mouth. Oh yeah, a chew. I just managed to drag myself out of bed. Hack. I see you managed to drag a bunch of bags with you. Yeah, I needed to pick up some achoo medicine. You smug. You don't even look sorry. Veronica Shroud sells medicine. Shopping can be therapeutic. You're not sick, Sylvia. Aw, you caught me. What gave me away? Literally everything. What about my sneezing? Wasn't it at least a bit convincing? She fakes a couple more times to demonstrate. You don't actually sneeze like that, right? It's like a kitten squeaking. Plus, there isn't any follow-through. You have to commit to the bit. Maybe you can give me some tips. Why on earth would I give you tips on how to act sick? I'm so helpless with this stuff, Margaret. You have to help me. For you, please. Fine, just to get her to listen. I tilt my head back and scrunch my face up before slamming it forward with a hearty achoo. Oh no, did you catch my bug, Margaret? I slump over and sniffle a few times. Yeah, I think I did. Brava! I didn't know you were bookworm and an actress. Really? It wasn't that good. Oh, really? Are you working at the bookstore when you could be on stage? Why are you working at the bookstore? Crowds tend not to agree with me. Oh, you can hardly see them when the house lights are down. Well, what do we got here? I'm sure we could figure something out. Oh, thank you for redeeming your daily chip. Faust? Good for one slice of pie at the Cruster Bust. Welcome in. We're just playing some Mice Tea, which is a really good lurk game, so enjoy your lurk and glad to see you in. Always appreciate the support. Here we go. I actually know a performer who could be use an assistant too. I wonder who that could be. Mysterious. The car pulls up beside her. Sorry, that's my ride. She tosses her bags in before hopping into the back seat. Wait, I was going to talk to her about flaking out. Why am I giving her tips on how to act sick? See you tomorrow. Thanks for covering my shift. Before I could say a word, Sylvia shuts the door and car speeds off. Ah, I missed my chance. Well, Sylvia's really a sweet girl deep down. She just needs the right motivation. I need to stop getting lulled into by how fun it is to talk to her. The only thing consoling me is I'm already made it to tea friends. Ding ding! Hey Margaret, enjoying your day off? Felix called you in again. Yeah, I can't believe you still work there. I've been looking for something new. Or I was a while ago. Sure you have. Ready to go? Just give me a couple of minutes. Need to finish cleaning and grab my stuff. Sorry, it's been harder for me to take time off these days. It had only been a couple of weeks since Miguel and Ursula, the last of the original group of friends who opened the shop, left to start a family and in North Carolina. Now only Gavin remains from the 5 who opened the shop 3 years ago. No worries, I know it's been busy with just you here. In the meantime, I've got a couple of new blends if you want to look around. As long as I'm here. Beyond being the source of all my tea, the store has come to be my main refuge from the outside of home. It's always been a struggle to avoid walking out with their entire stock. Mint lemongrass? Nah. Lemon ginger? I've got some already. I almost step on a box on the floor. I pick it up to see a label written in a language I don't recognize, and it looks like the label has been glued on by hand. Is this even for sale? It looks like it's been trampled. Pass. Thanks for waiting. Ready to head out? Gavin spies the box in my hand. What'd you find this time? I hand it to him. You tell me. He turns the box over in his hand, squints at the writing on the side, and opens the flap to confirm there are indeed tea bags inside. Ah, yes. Nice find. What is it? No idea. Never seen it before. Uncle make tea. Oh, I'm getting my uncles confused, because I'm thinking Uncle Iroh, not Uncle from Jackie Chan's Adventures. Either way. Bubbles. It looks like it fell off the truck. You sure you didn't buy this off some guy in an alley? I'll try and pawn off responsibility for your inventory. Considering all the crannies you find stuff in, I'll have to believe you. You pull this out of that hole in the wall? I stick my hand in a hole in the wall one time and it's all you talk about. Some mousy instincts right from the get-go. You put your hand in there multiple times. Either way, this was on the floor. Wonderful! Floor tea! Go ahead and take it. It'll be more work to figure out what to charge you for it. If anything, you're doing me a favor taking out some trash. I guess I can have some if you're just going to throw it out. Wait, you're actually going to try it? Depends on how drunk I get tonight. I stick the box in my purse. You ready to go? Yeah, all set. It's a short walk to Murph and Murphy's, the local bar we go to almost every weekend. I've been meaning to thank you for recommending that book, The High Hawk Above. That scene where Garnier used the potion to turn into a black kite and fly across the fiefdom, really exhilarating. So, anybody who has not played this game, that's kind of a significant hint, because kite, of course, is a kind of bird, and Gavin's main furry form from drinking the tea is also a bird, which again is not a spoiler because it's on the cover or the title screen. But I always love that little hint of things to come. short of reminding me when I was a kid and made potions from stuff we had in the fridge and hoping they'd turn me into a dragon or something. So another one right there. Sounds like they'd send your stomach on an adventure. They weren't poisonous. They were mostly all the juice and soda we had in there. And salad dressing. Homemade ipecac. Maybe you should try some of the mysterious flirty. It might turn into a pigeon. Seems like a pretty pale imitation. So, who are we meeting up with again? Julie, my roommate from college. I haven't seen her in forever. We used to be inseparable. We could stay up all night and watch crappy horror movies in our dorm. She's a really talented painter. She even managed to sell a couple of pieces while in school. She studied abroad in France for the semester and moved there a couple of years ago. We don't get to talk much these days, but she sent me a bunch of cute postcards. She back in town to visit? That's the thing, she's actually moving back. Found a job or something? I'm not sure. She's kind of cagey about why she's back. It has me sort of worried. Well, if something's wrong, I'm sure seeing an old friend will cheer her up. Why are my eyes not blinking properly? There she is, with the pickle shirts. Julie! Margaret, it's been too long. And you're Gavin, right? That's me. Nice to meet you. Need a drink? Sure. Hey, can we get some drinks? Sure, what can I get you? So, you were Margaret's roommate in college? Yep, the whole time we were at Pine Martin. Except for the time I was studying abroad. That was the semester I lived with Barbara. I was so glad when you got back. The Fighting Hawks. Love it. Oh yeah, that chick was so uptight. Wasn't her dad a lobbyist in Washington for a church or something? Something like that. Every time she saw me kissing this girl in the dorm's common area, one time she saw me kissing this girl in the dorm's area, and by the time I got back in my room, I had 5 unread texts asking who she was and what happened to the guy I was dating a month before. Shit, she probably thought I was corrupting you. To be fair, it's probably not too far off from what actually happened. So what was baby Margaret like? Was? Come on. Margaret's still a baby. Look at his face. Hey! But she was even more of a nervous wreck back then, if you can believe it. Yeah, Julie had to stand up for me a lot back then. Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I made sure you got at least 3 extra A's in your classes, and I got you out of even more bad relationships. And hopefully some of it rubbed off on me over the 4 years. Well, at least a little has. And I had to rub off. It had to rub off after all that. Hey, aren't you gonna ask me about how I met Gavin? I don't think you ever visited T-Friends when you lived here. Oh, she's changing the subject because Julie was being suggestive. Lascivious. Wait, this is the guy who owns that tea shop you're always going to. Nah, of course you're friends with him now. Hey, it's not just because of the store. He runs the store. We have a lot of stuff in common. And I think things started mostly when you called me from that costume party. Oh God, that thing. What happened? So this lady I just become friends with invited me over to this costume party. And I think, great, this is a perfect opportunity to reuse my Pippi Longstocking costume from Halloween. But I get there and no one is wearing a costume. Maybe a few girls are wearing flapper headbands and some guys are wearing sports jerseys, but that's it. So I immediately run to the bathroom and text any friend who will show up with a cheap costume just so I don't stand out and have someone to talk to. I'd just gotten Gavin's phone number the week before, and he was the only one who responded. I put on the loosest dress shirt and picked up a few pirate accessories from the party supplies shop down the street. and made my way over there. He was a total hit too. That lady still asks to hang out together sometimes. We've been trading favors back and forth ever since. Who's the one right now? Pretty sure you are, after I asked you to pick up that bourbon they only had in stock in Brixton. Yeah, we're basically friends because we keep getting in blood debt to each other. You know what? Sometimes that's the way to do it. I wish I had more blood debt friends these days. Used to, but those blood debts turned into blood feuds, so unfortunately, not any anymore. I'll admit, being my best customer doesn't hurt. See, I knew it. I didn't think the weekend drinks commiserating about nightmare customers would become a regular thing, though. Plus, there was the time she needed a day for her sister's wedding. Ooh, you didn't tell me it was like that. That was just for appearances. Her relatives are really naggy about her getting hitched. Yeah, you know how Brazilian aunts can be. They can never let me hear the end of it. Margaret, how many times do I need to tell you? Nobody knows what Brazilian aunts are like. This isn't a culturally relevant paradigm for Americans. Sorry they're not as well known to Americans as Chinese parents, but at least you didn't have to be raised by them. I'm just gonna sit quietly over here being white. I love fucking Gavin. Oh! I just noticed this little friggin' detail. Our little hawk friend here is brown and green. Well, another little hint in the background. That's hilarious. Well, Tia's expected to get married, and Tia, of course, is Spanish for ants. Or Portuguese for ants? I think Brazil is Portuguese. I'm sure I've had this conversation before. Portugal, Portuguese, Brazil. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, either way. Not everything in South America's native language is Spanish. But I am also very white, so I'm not exactly the best culturally aware person either. Back to it. Well, T is expected to be married before you turn into a 28-year-old spinster, okay? But enough about me. You have to tell me about France. And this is a little... Oh, she's getting sloshed. The museums had pieces in rotation I thought I'd never get to see in person. There was so much historical shit. There was this one ballroom with little plaques that listed all the people who peed there. Oh, what? That's not true. No, I'm totally serious. And don't get me started on the food. You would have loved the cafes there. The servers leave you alone to read and hang out for hours. They just fill your cup when you're low. Sounds perfect for you. The local... Both of them getting like tipsy-whipsy over here. Now, make out! My local one had great tea selection. The menu goes on for pages. That sounds amazing. Maybe you can take me sometime, if I ever get time off. So what brings you back? Did you miss me that much? No, I just got homesick is all. Looking away. And that doesn't seem very truthful. I'll go back eventually. I'll totally bring you too. Gotta wet the whistle. I do love doing these kind of, but they're a little rough on the voice. I should ask if you ever got around to opening that reading cafe, though. No, I hadn't looked into it that much. Too busy running that bookstore. You definitely... Wow, she's getting real close. Kiss. You're so close. The lips. You can practically see the glimmer on them. You're definitely managing it, right? There's no way that Felix guy is in charge. Well, I was offered, and you turned it down. Gulp. She sure did. Margaret, Herman and Lawrence were totally going to hand you the store. Those two guys loved you. You were basically their daughter. Well, first she claimed she couldn't handle the pressure. Then there was the week where she wrote down a list of all the ways she could fail. Block. Which is after the week where she binged business management books without sleeping. That's what I need to do. Is I need to sit down and actually take like a class in like management or not like business marketing or something like that. I really need to figure out how to like market myself. Margaret, running a business is a big deal, okay? You just can't go at it willy-nilly. You have to have a plan. You have to know what you're doing. I didn't go to school for that. I have a degree in English. How's that going to help? And Barlow's already exists. How am I going to start one from scratch? What if it doesn't work out? What if I lose a ton of money? What if the building burns down? Most businesses do fail within the first year. Hey, slow down. That's fine. You can handle a couple of beers. Oh yeah? And is this Felix doing any better job as a manager? The guy threw up and cried after he tried a rum and coke. Hey, you know what? I've had bad experiences with Irish car bombs myself, so that's relatable. Sometimes people aren't really meant to drink like the heavy stuff. He'd never had that much refined sugar before. It was too much for him. He's perfectly fine at his job. A great fit, actually. Which is why he worked 24 days in a row. I knew it. He sucks. Does not suck. He just has a lot going on right now. It doesn't help that Sylvia misses half her shifts. I've missed my past 3 days off because of her. She's the one causing problems. And what's he doing about it? We're both thinking about broaching the subject with her. Sure you are. Whatever. I should have dumped him a long time ago. Once you take that first step, the rest becomes easy. Do you really think living abroad was easy? I miss my friends and family, and also had a language barrier. I barely managed to find a job before my visa was up. But even after all that, it ended up being totally worth it. I may never have a chance to get that kind of experience again. Yeah, but it wasn't a business. You didn't have to take out a bunch of financial risks. Worst case scenario, you were out of the cost of the plane ticket. It's not how it works, Margaret. It's not like you'd know. You're not a business owner, are you? Aw. You two need to kiss and make up. I don't like you fighting like this. I glare at Julie and ball my hands into fists. What right does she have to judge me? The alcohol and adrenaline coursing through my veins strains my natural tendency to avoid conflict. I haven't been this close to a fight since high school. You don't actually have to repay a business loan if you default. Yeah, see, I told you, there's no way I can... Wait, you don't have to do what? You're not personally liable for a business loan as long as you operate under an LLC. LLC? Limited liability company? Didn't ever take a business class? I need to take a business class. I'm an English major. Huh. I thought LLCs are common knowledge. I know that what LLCs are. I've definitely thought about like starting one, but I didn't know what the acronym was for. Didn't you learn that in one of those business books you read? Oh, Julia's pissed. No. Not that I remember, at least. Okay, maybe I did, but I kept overthinking things and just felt overwhelmed. My drunken rage is replaced with exasperation. So when are you opening? Opening what? The Reading Cafe, duh. Well, I do have a little money. Maybe I could quit my job and... Wait, what am I talking about? I can't do that. Why not? Well, Felix needs me. Well, I mean, he needs you, but he also needs to be responsible. Screw him. If he can't bother to give you a day off, why should you care? I really like the store. I'd be doing it. It's not your store, Margaret. You control your life. Quit your job. Start the cafe. I can be your first employee. It'll be great. As much as I like the cafe idea, she probably shouldn't commit to it after this many drinks. Until then, Lord knows I could use a little extra help around my shop. I mean, maybe if I had something to tide me over until starting in earnest. I can guarantee your days off, too. Give me some time to plan your approach to the cafe before diving in. Yeah! A business loan might be easy enough to get if you have good credit. Plus, I heard the space next to mine is going to be up for lease. If you're quick enough, we could be neighbors. Put together a confident business plan and show it around town. Might get some bites. Huh, a business plan. I have a few more drinks before I excuse myself. They're patient enough to listen to a few more complaints about Sylvia and Felix, but they don't press the cafe idea too much more. Maybe the beer is going to do its share of encouragement, but I'm more confident in the idea than ever before. Or maybe I just need some goal, whether vague, to work towards. Excuse me. Looks like we got about a 5-minute warning on the some ads, which we'll take a break for. In the meantime, either way, this night's exactly what I needed. Ugh, I drank way too much. Too bebasha. I need some water in me if I don't want to be hungover tomorrow. Might as well make some tea. I pour water into the electric kettle and flick the switch. Maybe I'll try that weird floor tea. I rummage through my purse and pull out the box. So this is where we're going to start getting some big decisions. So, save. And as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of these. But everything's on the first channel, so maybe we'll just start like fresh on the second page of the save files. Because with us being this far in, might have to do some backtracking if we hit a event that I've already gotten. Because at this point I've got like 3 of them under my belt. Fun. Inside are rows of tea bags, each with a tag. The writing definitely isn't English. Is this Chinese? How am I supposed to know what is in this? I pick up the tea and squint at the tag. Well, there's some claws on the top and some little dashes and cages under that. I bring it to my nose and inhale deeply. It smells like flowers. No, cotton. It's like a sunny, high-pitched smell. High-pitched smell. Wait, can a smell be high-pitched? Oh my gosh, do I have Simicania? Simicania. I'm trying to remember what that is, but it's like a condition in which you can actually smell colors, or I think you can actually like taste sounds and stuff like that. Like the wires get a little crossed in the senses. Synesmathia. Says Heisman Sneasley. What's the thing where you smell noises? Whatever, I'll just have to taste it to find out. Once the boiler get is done. Come on, water. The water ignores my pleas in favor of its usual steady pace. Fine, I'll be patient. Come on! I'll get us some snacks or something. Oh, look at the little face. It's just little... God damn it, this game is so freaking cute. I trudge over to the fridge like it's an uphill hike through the snow. There's a plastic zip bag with 1/3 of a block of cheese inside. Yeah, that's a nice adult snack. Get some crackers or something. I pull the cheese out and dump it on a plate before pouring a handful of crackers out of a box I found. There should be enough time, right? Click. Yay! Tea time! I pour the hot water into my teapot. How many bags of tea is it? Teapot holds 32 ounces. I want to use 1 tea bag per 8 ounces of water. If I divide 32 by 8, I get 8 bags. Okay, so let me see here. So we're gonna save it right here. I know I think I've done both of these. I'm pretty sure if we put 8 bags in, that gives us like one. Yeah, the shrinking in size play. That is the fun thing about this is being able to see exactly which one of these is. So we've done the shrinking event. So no, you drunk idiots. Nah, that's not even remotely close. Checking my phone, I clear out a tip calculation from the bar tab and punch in the equation. Ha! 4. I knew that. I drank 4 bags of tea into the little splashing as a drunk woman can be expected to make. Soon enough, the pleasant scent of grass and berries wafts from the teapot. Alright, I am fairly certain we're back. So let us continue with this wonderful story. Soon enough, a pleasant scent of grass and berries wafts out from the teapot. Yeah, tea time! My teacup and mug collection greets me as I open the cupboard. They make up most of my drinkware. I rummage around and pull out a ceramic mug I've been gifted for my birthday. I pour a sample into my vacant mug, blowing on it a few times before I throw it back. When the tea hits my tongue, I feel as if my mouth is bathed in the sunlight of a bright summer's day. The tea is a flowery bouquet. There are notes of lilac and honeysuckle on top of a base of freshly cut grass and sweet, rich currents of fresh berries that tie it all together. Even more, the taste is totally invigorating. It seeps into every rough, dry crevice of my tongue and throat, wetting them in a refreshing flavor. The headache that usually accompanies a nightly heavy drinking seems to fade away. Wow, this is maybe the best hangover treatment I've found. The warm, comforting sensation envelops my head and seems to gather around my ears. The heat pulses from the base of each ear. You know, I'm kind of wondering. You know what? I don't want to speculate because even if I ask the question, I don't want to get the answer. But I'm like I said, I'm going for Julie for this particular run, and it's been so long. I don't know if the shrinking option gives us like explicitly to. No, you know what it is. What I'm thinking of is if you put in like 16 bags is something completely different. But like the 8 has like another consequence. I'm wondering if I've already gone down the wrong path for the person I'm trying to romance. But I guess we'll find out. We saved it right beforehand just in case. The heat pulses spinning the very tips. With each pulse, it feels like my ears grow to match the energy. As if ears could grow. Ha! Once I finish savoring my mug of tea, Man, I'm really wondering. I'm really wondering if I should go back and do the shrinking option. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Because I'm fairly certain I've done this before. I'm going to go back and we're going to go with the shrinking option. Just because I know I've done other stuff here, but I'm really kind of curious as to what this is going to do. Because I honestly cannot remember what the choices are after this. I know after... Do you want to know? I just tell me one thing is if I go back to just the 4 bags of tea, is there still a way to romance Julie, or is that the wrong direction to do that? Because it's been a while since we've done like the shrinking stuff. You do have to do... Okay, fantastic. So that answers that question. In that case, we will just continue where we left off. Thank you. That's all I needed. Because I know like the shrinking version does go to like a Gavin option, but I don't know if that's the only one. Once I finish savoring the mac and tea, I'm instantly compelled to have another. There's an emptiness inside me that can only be filled with more tea. I pour out another full serving and chug the whole thing. 8 always... Okay, 8 leads to Gavin always. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. As I gulp, the tea's warmth trickles down the base of my spine. The heat continues to build up and disperse, forming what feels like growth near the waistband of my pants. Le bulge. It somehow tastes better than the last one. How did you do that? With the same pulsing rhythm from before, the pressure starts snaking down my butt towards my leg. What the heck's going on with my pants? Did some toilet paper get stuck in there? Not toilet papers. Gavin is the only romance option after 8. Yes. No, I know. Like in my first run of the game, I did the shrinking, and there's like a little offset, like a different path you can take with that really is not a romance, but it's also very cute. But it's good to know. It's good to know that Gavin is like the only choice for that particular branch. Oh goodness, excuse me. It brings us a whole other slew of options we can do for the four bags. Did some toilet paper get stuck in there? Which eats pulse of energy. Oh, there it goes all the way down. There's a tucking joke in there somewhere, but with every pulse of energy, the foreign object crawls a little further down and circles my leg before coming to a stop. Whatever. These pants coming off soon anyway. Let's get... I can get it out then. I pour out another mug. The aroma is now even stronger. The heck? How does it smell so good? Like a mouse's. Taking a couple of sniffs, I realize my normally clogged sinuses are completely clear. Shrugging, I knock back yet another serving. Any dryness in my throat is completely gone. My hands, which are clammy just a few moments ago, now feel soft and smooth. That's the paw pads. Damn, the floor tea is giving the stuff's really good. Hopefully it's just as good as when I'm not drunk. I remember the snacks I'd laid out and stuff a few handfuls of crackers into my face before shambling towards the bedroom. No, don't leave the cheese out, it'll go bad! Maybe it really was drugged. Looked like I got animal ears. Cute. Such a cute little outfit. With the, oops, not that. With the, little sakis, too. Whoop! Still the wrong thing. I trace my fingers around the edges. So fuzzy. I got a little animal nose, too. Did Julie paint my face or something? As I poke my nose, I feel something swishing behind me. Hey, what's that? I turn around to see my rope-like appendage swing from the base of my spine. I can vaguely nudge whatever it is left to right. Each time I try, I overshoot the goal like I'm moving an arm that's fallen asleep. That's just kind of fun. I hear a buzzing from my dresser. I look over to see Gavin is extending his usual post-drinking phone call to make sure I got home all right. Oh, Gavin is calling to make sure I'm okay. He's such a nice guy. I wonder if he knows anything about the animal stuff. Maybe he did it with Dewey. Furries! Furries. I love a good furry game. I spend several seconds contemplating how much I want to put into explaining and re-explaining what's happening to Gavin in my inebriated state. Nah. pick up my phone and reject the call before typing out a simple "Okay, sleep" into a text message instead. That should make him feel better. Yawn. I collapse into my bed and fall asleep in seconds. Day 2. Fight. Into the steep end. I wake up with a predictable hangover. My lids feel like they're glued shut and my splitting head withers the sound of my alarm. I haven't even drunk that much in ages. My ear feels like it's folded in over itself and the crease aches. I turn to face the pillow and muffle a groan into it. Crap, I need a shower. I lug myself out of the bed and disrobe as I slouch towards my bedroom. Bathroom? Bathroom. It takes a few seconds to warm the water, so I stand there naked, staring dimly at the shower tiles. Once a little steam forms, I walk inside. This is so cute. Inside and turn my face towards the shower head's spray. I imagine a power washer cleaning a sidewalk in one of those satisfying YouTube videos, or Power Wash Simulator, which is pretty fun. I still want to try to pick up the second one, but, you know, I originally got that to play with friends, and I never managed to do that. But that's okay. As the hot water blasts away the sleep from my eyes. Feels weird. Indeed, the water droplets seem to pelt my ears with unusual force. I just slept on them weird. I shake my head as I fumble through my first attempt to vocalize that morning. My teeth feel too big for my mouth. That's it. No more imperial quads for me. There's more that feels strange. The water doesn't feel like it's running down the small of my back right. My spine feels weirdly long. You're just making stuff up again. The shower will fix you up and you'll be over this soon. I try to take my own advice and take whatever pleasure I can from the simple luxury of a hot shower. My hair feels soothingly heavy as I soak in the water and it drapes on my upper back. Just think about how much better you'll feel after the shower. The plan works unusually well. Simply picturing my recovered body speeds up the process. I think about how my mouth will lose all the marbles filling it and how I can get back to ignoring my ears like I always have. And there they go. So everything is shrinking down. So like the little teeny nub. It's not like I imagine myself being bright-eyed or bushy-tailed. You don't want to imagine yourself being bushy-tailed right now. Or into a chipmunk. Or a squirrel. Squirrel Margaret would be very cute, actually. It's not like I can imagine myself being, but I'm eager to get back to my usual baseline. Just relax, let the steam clear your head. Apparently the visual exercises work because it becomes increasingly likely that I'll reach my goal. I even permit my mind to wander. What did I do last night? I can't remember half of what happened. I attempt to piece together the events of last night as best I can. I met up with Gavin, saw Julie at the bar, and then she talked about her time in France. I guess we got a little heated about the cafe thing. I kind of need a chance to unload about the bookstore. Needed a chance. They didn't do anything after that, right? I don't see any tattoos, I don't remember at least. Tattooed Margaret would also be very cool. As a self-proclaimed tattooed baddie myself, I do like the occasional tattoo. And by occasional, I mean like full body tattoos, as well as tastefully scattered about in various parts of the body. Oh man, it has been way too long since I've gotten myself some ink therapy. I need to figure that out. Oh, and her butt's nice and smooth again. I can almost hear my mind fog drain all out of my body and land in the shower floor as I wring out the last little bit of relief from the hot water can provide. It's going to turn cold any second and I can't undo all the progress I've made so far. Excuse me. Okay, so having chosen our path, we will continue where we are, but save it just in case anything happens. The weather's been kind of funky today, so hopefully we don't lose power here. I don't think I will. It's not thundering or anything. It gets really windy here sometimes. I take another look at the mirror once I'm finished. Yep, everything looks normal, unfortunately. You, dang it, woman, you are a cutie patootie with a nice round booty. I guess I'm fine. Okay, I missed my day off, but at least I only have a half day today. Flick the kettle. What happened to cheese? At the stove, I melt some butter, cracks a few eggs into a pan. Yeah, I'm sure this game has cracked a few eggs. I heat a pot of water for some oatmeal, which I pair with breakfast. My usual routine is oatmeal and eggs with English breakfast tea, at least mornings when I have enough time. But for some reason, the option strikes me as underwhelming. Instead, my hangover seems to have installed a craving for something I can't quite place. Something fruity, something more flavorful. I noticed the box of tea I picked up from Tea Friends sitting on the table. Why is the floor tea open? Oh god, did I drink it? I was just going to throw it away. I take a tea bag and sniff it. It gives off a sunny, sharp smell of grass and mixed berries. My craving is intensified. Maybe I'll give it another shot. Tea time! This looks like the cloud tool in Clip Studio Paint. I use that a lot, actually. I carry everything over to my armchair. It's not the most convenient place for eating, but it's comfy for reading while picking at my food. When the alternative is scarfing everything down as I rush out the door, I'll take a little inconvenience for the chance to slow down. I breathe in some of the tea wafting off the tea's surface before taking a sip. I'm tasting hints of grass, honeysuckle, lilac, plus a mixture of currants, blackberries, and an herb I can't quite place. Whatever it is really good. It's not too strong, but there's still enough there to keep me wanting more. I could drink the stuff like water. I tear my focus away from the tea and move towards my book. Finally, a free hour I can spend reading. Nothing's going to stop me this time. Within a deep, dark forest, two cloaked men appear in the clearing. One stands in the way, the other drags a struggling, bound figure behind him. Before they exchange words, the piercing thwip of an arrow cuts through the winter air. The hostage-bearer falls to the ground, blood flowing from his chest. The young man who is held hostage tumbles into the damp, dew-soaked grass along with his captor. He's too shocked to dwell on how close the arrow came to strike him. Swift footsteps approach, and a hand rips the sack from his head. After being dragged around for hours in total darkness, even the dim light makes him squint. This story is just zipping along. My eyes fall to the bottom of the page with like a bucket drooped down a well. I turn the page, and turn to the next page almost as quickly. Each page seems to end sooner than the last. I've never read this fast before. What's going on? A warmth wells up in my mind, slowly trickling down my spine before spreading to the tip of my fingers. As the warmth passes through my body, each part becomes more sensitive and I'm more aware of my immediate surroundings. As if I'm some kind of rodent or feline with long whiskers that sort of sense out my surroundings by the merest wisp of breeze in the air. Something like that, anyway. I've never felt anything like this from caffeine. What the heck's in here? I've heard people mention lion's mane helped them focus without a caffeine rush. I continue my tea-accelerated reading. Oh, goodness gracious, this is... Sitting in here at a nice, soothing visual novel with very vibe-out music with rain pitter-pattering outside. Very relaxing. Make it halfway through the book before I know it. When I look at the clock, it claims only 30 minutes have passed. I was so focused I haven't even touched my food. Hold on, I can't have remembered everything that quickly, right? After all, there's no way I'd remember all the members of the Circle of Pockets. They only showed up for a small scene around page 130. Wait, did I just rattle off a specific page number? I flip back to the page in question. Sure enough, it contains the scene exactly as I remember it. I continue playing out the events of the book in my head. Not only do I recall every major plot point, but I remember them in more explicit details than every other book I've read in the series. There's no way Lion's Mane is this strong. I peered down to the cup, and the one I'd taken only a single sip out of, though it's still really good. Gulp. I pause to eat my breakfast and take another single sip of tea before I'm back to reading the 6th installment of Hawk High Above. Before long, I'm rifling through the pages like a flip book. I manage to reach the end of the book just as my focus wanes. I check the clock again. I might be cutting it close, but at least I finished that book. Though I could really go for some more of that tea. I steep some more in my thermos while I clean my dishes. It'd not hurt to bring some more tea bags along too. Once I gather everything, I open the door and a chilly breeze hits my face. Whether this brisk normally doesn't bother me, it seems to be affecting my ears more than usual. Simmering tension. Felix is at the counter when I arrive. Good afternoon, Margaret. How's it going? Hey, Felix, I'm doing great. Good to hear. Felix's eyes linger on my face as if he's noticed something. Is something wrong? Hey, you look different. Can't quite put my finger on it. I feel a knot turn on my stomach. Something weird on my face? Did I miss something after my shower? Oh, that's it. You look a lot more refreshed than usual. Did you finally get some decent sleep? Phew, it was nothing. I think I might actually be this new tea I just got. It's been doing wonders. Oh, new tea? What kind? It's some kind of berry grass blend with lion's mane, I think. You don't know what's in it. The box didn't have much info, so I'm mostly just guessing. The packaging was a little shoddy, actually. I think it might have been a prototype for a limited release or something. You're drinking prototype teas now. Really moving up the enthusiast echelon, eh? I just sort of happened upon it. I wouldn't read too much into it. Especially when we're surrounded by so much literature. Ah, joke. Well, book joke. Joke book. Felix smirks out of politeness. He doesn't have the will to fake a convincing laugh. I take a sip of tea, hoping to fill the awkwardness left by my terrible joke. Before you start, I wanted to thank you again for coming in yesterday. I know things haven't been going very smoothly lately, and it's ultimately my fault. I'm going to have to talk to Sylvia about her recent behavior. I hope she'll be more reliable after that. I just advertised a couple of job postings, so if everything goes well, you working more will become a thing of the past. It's actually touching to hear Felix pursue an actual solution after months of his procrastinating. I'm not sure if it's a trick of the light or the tone of conversation. Felix looks awfully attractive. His eyes drift down from his face to his chest. I wonder if he has any muscle definition under there. And what he smells like. Hello! I wonder if he'd like to thank me more directly after. Holy crap! Yeah! Get it, Margaret. But not with Felix this time. We have our eyes set on someone else this time. Wait, what am I thinking? He's my boss. This is totally inappropriate. I try to dismiss my thoughts, but every time I swat one away, two bounce right back at the forefront of my consciousness. Stop thinking about that. Stop thinking about sitting on his face. I mean, Margaret? Especially stop thinking about his dick, however big it might be. Margaret, you okay? Felix snaps his fingers to bring me back to the present. Don't mention it. Don't mention what? Oh, look at the time. I better put my stuff away. Oh, sure. think that customer could actually use some help. Before I can dwell on Felix's sudden sexual magnetism, I shuffle towards the back room. Whoa. Since when do I have a crush on Felix? I mean, there was a bit of an attraction when we were both new, but that fire died long time ago. At least I thought it did. I just need to avoid him as much as possible today. I take another sip of tea and open the door to the back room. The moment I do, my mind slams into a wall. Sylvia is sitting on a table reading with her legs crossed and one over the other. Oh no, she's hot! I freeze in the doorway and stare as she hums to herself, absorbed in her book. Well, I mean, she's always been super hot. That's like her thing. But now I really want to do something about it. My toes turn inward as I imagine what that something might entail. How's she getting away with a skirt that short? I barely have to reach above the hem before my eyes drift down past where her legs are covered. No, cut it out, Rain. Why did she have to wear that outfit today? I have a weakness for office attire. That's why I had crushes on all my TAs in college. Why couldn't she have worn those gold slacks with that sheer black blouse? No way, that's sexy too. Oh no. Maybe she should have worn the cable knit sweater with the detached sleeves paired with those knee-high boots. No, that's even sexier. Why do I know so much about Sylvia's wardrobe? Because you have eyes, and she's hot. I'm standing so long in the doorway that Sylvia notices me. Afternoon, Margaret. Oh, what? Hold on, let's get in. Yeah, there we go. There's a helmet back here? That's odd. Oh, hey, Sylvia. Are you okay? You look like something startled you. Oh, it's just I saw a spider. It's on your shoulder. Ew, get it off. I reach to brush the imaginary spider off Sylvia's shoulder. Excuse me. The moment I make contact, sparks leap from my hand and tingle throughout my body. Eep. Did you get it? Yeah, it's all taken care of. Phew, thanks. Say, did you have a chance to read those Dusk books I lent you? Oh no, she's initiating small talk. I know you probably think the series is trashy, but it has some charms I think you'd appreciate. Stay cool, Margaret. Just stare at the wall behind her. Definitely don't look at any part of her body. I lock eyes on the wall behind Sylvie. That's how I basically have conversations, is just not actually looking at people and just kind of looking like above their heads. Most folks don't notice. I read the first one the other day, but the others got lost in my to-read list, unfortunately. The wish fulfillment of having a vampire boyfriend that's sexy is pretty appealing, I'll admit. I'm not thinking about sex at all. The wall trick is working. I know, right? All the external conflict is pointless, really. It adds some stakes. Stakes, because vampires. But at the end of the day, you're reading for the hot monsters. No, that's true. In the second book, the author introduces a hot werewolf, and he fights with a vampire for the main character's attention. What's not to love? She continues to recount the book's plot while I'm held captive by her voice. It has a sultry quality that I've never noticed before. It draws me in, inviting me to stay enveloped inside her velvety embrace. I can feel a low, boiling heat develop as she continues talking. Yeah, talk to me like that when we're... Oh, come on! I can't even listen to her? I need to get out of this conversation. Yeah, it's not going to win any awards, but it's going for its own thing. I can respect that. I'm gonna go stock things. I'll talk to you later. Didn't you do your big restock 2 days ago? You had a really busy day yesterday. I shuffle around Sylvia. As I slip past, my butt brushes up against hers. An even stronger jolt hits me as we make contact. It surges across my back and thighs as I bite my lip. Butt rub! Oh, mercy. I venture further back into the storage shelves and hold my breath until I hear Sylvia return to the storefront. Here we go, a nice quiet corner. I stand still and take a few deep, measured breaths with my eyes shut. In, out. Don't think about sex. In, out. A lapse in concentration makes me consider what else might go in and out of me. Ha! I decide to be more precise with the language. Inhale, exhale. You're not at work. This isn't the time or place. Inhale, exhale. Whew. The urges start to subside. They're still there, but not nearly as intense. Okay, I think I'm good. Although while I'm here, I might as well grab a couple of copies of Hounds of the Court. The display was running low when I walked in. Now, where were they again? Our stockroom is a mess. It always takes me forever to find what I'm looking for. It also doubles as Felix's office since it's the only private space in the store other than the bathroom. In the past, Felix kept it well organized, but after he switched to management, it slowly fell apart. I had volunteered to lend a hand, but he insisted on it was his responsibility, and he'd get to it as soon as he had time. So basically never. The disarray eats away at my nerves as I pace back and forth. This is such a pain. Even after I find them, it's going to take forever to find something next time. I take a sip of tea and imagine how I'd organize everything if I was given the time and opportunity. I probably want it by genre in alphabetical. This box would go here, that one here, pick a box at random. Seal of the Serpents, Fantasy, starts with S, immediately know where I want it to go. When I pick it up off the shelf, it feels remarkably light. Aren't these usually normally 40 pounds, 30 pounds? Maybe it's not that full. I walk over to its proper shelf and slide it into place. Next to it is Wolves of Mars, science fiction, starts with W. I hoist the box into my arms and it feels even lighter than the last. I dash over to the correct shelf and exchange the box for another. I run to that box's new home, then the next, then the next. Boxes practically fly back and forth on the shelves across. Nice. Scooby-Doo moment. Like Zoink, Scoob! The monster's gonna get us! Guided by my steady hands and laser-focused mind. Before I know it, the entire room is organized. An assistant... Oh, wow! I just noticed that the back actually changed because there was a stack of miscellaneous papers here, and like if this box was open before. That's cool. I did not notice that detail before. Before I know it, the entire room is organized in a system that neatly mirrors the layout of the store. The box containing every copy of Hounds of the Court is right where it should be, on the fourth shelf, third column from the left. I help myself to a stack of copies. There, much easier. Felix is going to be floored when he sees this. And I did it so easily, too. Maybe I really should be running things. This layout, Margaret, it's incredible. How could I live with myself if I occupied my position for one more second? Oh, come on now. It's not that revolutionary, and I know how hard it can be to get local power, however justifiably. You made the right decision to abdicate from your title, but you won't go without something in return. How would you like your reward? Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Exquisite, on your knee. Oh, hold on, I'm at work. I shouldn't be thinking about this kind of stuff. Okay, so we've run into our second save. We've run into our second major decision here. So, okay, this one right here, the hypnosis-induced mental changes and personality swap, that one feels like it would lead over to Sylvia's storyline, because that was one of the things that happened in at least one of her routes. So I think we'll keep thinking about it just in case. Because essentially what we are looking into, even though there's not like a little warning on it, is more like, BDSM and whatnot. So he'd draw down the zipper of my jeans, confronted with his conflicting impulses to either prolong the moment or to quickly take his reward. He pulled my waistband and underwear down with his teeth until there was nothing between me and his tongue except for a few moments to gawk. That's talk about thinking about sex never killed anybody. Yeah, let's keep it going. There'd be a touch of embarrassment in his hesitation, but he'd be so overtaken by the need to please me that he'd bury his face into me. Okay, let's see. That's still... Alright. Boop. Sex scene, or scene summary. Margaret, Mr. Bates, in the storeroom while imagining Felix servicing her. She is so caught up in the fantasy that she doesn't notice her breasts and hips expanding, as well as the beginnings of her animal transformation. As soon as she finishes, she hears Felix approaching from the storefront, and she turns off the lights before he can see her. Ah! Yeah. Felix recoils back from the doorway, a look of shock plastered across his face. I keep my hands clasped in front of my open fly. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's just you. You scared the crap out of me. What the heck are you doing here with the lights out? Meditating in the dark. Since when do you meditate? And what's with the costume? I thought you were going to be working with the floor. Felix glances behind me and his eyes go wide. What the... My crap! My beautiful crap! It's all out of order! How did everything get so organized? Oh, the mess finally got to me, so I thought I'd tidy up a little. A little? How did you even lug that box of Anthem of Flame and Hail to the top shelf? Isn't it like 60 pounds? I nearly threw my back out getting it in here. Oh, well, one thing I lifted with my legs. Wait, was it really that heavy? Recalling my feverish organization, I remember a couple of boxes being heavier than the others. But I was so wired, I needed something to burn off that energy. I grabbed something here half an hour ago and it was still a mess. How is this possible? Aren't you even the slightest bit tired? Well, was it really that fast? Felix sighs, realizing this line of questioning isn't going anywhere. He sits down at a makeshift desk and he opens his laptop. Well, regardless of whether you've recently developed super strength, I'd appreciate it if you could help Sylvia on the floor. I don't really get the costume, but I suppose there's no harm in wearing it, especially if it means more things like Felix motions into the general state of the storage shelves. Well, this. Costume? What's he talking about? Sure, just let me grab a copy of something. I sneak a handful of safety pins off the supply shelf as discreetly as I can. Once hidden on the shelves, I suck in my gut more and zip my fly up as high as it goes before securing it with a few pins. The result is still tight, but the fit feels stable enough to last the day. I hope nobody notices a bunch of pins sticking out of my pants. I don't get it. I just bought these. They were even a little loose before. How did I gain this much weight in an hour? I didn't drink that much last night, did I? Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites, actually. Huh? What was that? It's not quite sure what that is. Could you give me a second to ask? Sounds like Sylvia needs some help. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's pretty too. But yeah, despite being a young adult novel, it's really good. You'll love it, I promise. Whoa! Hey, Margaret, how long have you been standing there? I just came from the break room. You need help finding something? Huh? How'd you know that? I overheard you? You heard me all the way from... Oh, I get it. You're trying to stay in character. In character? Nice costume, by the way. It's totes cute. Sylvia, too. What costume? Anyway, I was wondering if we could carry a couple of games of Ruin, a couple of copies of Games of Ruin. Couldn't find it in fiction. Oh yeah, we moved the display. Should be more towards the center of the store now. I grab a copy and hand it to Sylvia. Thanks a bunch. Always happy to help. I can ring you up if you're ready. Every day feels busier than the last, and today is no exception. I leave Sylvia to interact with the customers while I maintain the shelves. Most days I'd leave feeling completely exhausted, but every time I feel my vigor fade, I take a sip of tea and just get another boost. I even made a second thermos just before closing time. Every hour of fervent stocking and customer service, it's finally time to close. You absolutely killed it today, Margaret. I can't believe how fast you were going. What? Come on. It wasn't that big of a deal. You carried that whole box of books around with one hand. It wasn't that full. Every time someone asked me where something was, you were already behind me with the book. I just happened to overhear what they were looking for and was already next to a copy. You happened to overhear from the stock room. I don't know. I just felt super attentive and energetic today. It's not like I have superpowers or anything. Maybe you've got mouse powers instead. Mouse powers? I am kind of curious, like this whole time especially with all the tea she's been drinking, that she didn't need to use the bathroom once and look into the mirror above the sink. Yeah, your costume looks really realistic. I've never seen fake ears move like that. Ears? I run my hand to the side of my head, expecting to find ears in its normal place. Instead, I find something else. What the? Uh-oh. Key change. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Fair. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. Oh, Boise. The knot in my stomach from this morning returns in full force. I continue further up and trace around the perimeter of my ear, moving my hand up around my head. My heart beats faster and faster as I continue to explore this new foreign part of my own body. Why does it feel like it's a part of me? The nose looks so cute. I move my hand to touch my nose for it to feel cold. My heart feels like it's going to burst out of my chest. Do you need to check to make sure it's alright? I've got a compact if you need it. Sylvia hands me a small compact. My hands are shaking so bad I nearly drop it before opening it. It's embossed. Nice. Maybe you could do me too. I haven't done animal makeup since I was a kid at the country fair. The cat lady doing it gave me such a hard time for wanting to be a cute kitty cat. You can't be a cute kitty cat. Felix or Felicia is the cute kitty cat. Inside the tiny mirror is an image of myself, but with a few extra features. Jutting from the side of my head are two large mouse ears. My face is dotted with a dark brown nose and whiskers sprouting from its base. Unable to believe what I'm seeing, I contort my face. The reflection dutifully mimics me. How is this even possible? Before I can finish my thought, my incisors protrude further from my mouth. Did those just grow? Teeth just don't grow. Hey, Margaret, could I talk to you real quick? Oh, yeah, sure. Shocked, I close the compact and hand it back to Sylvia. In a daze, I follow Felix back to the break room. Coffee? No, thanks. Felix fills his thermos down and pours some coffee inside. I set my own thermos down as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I know this one leads to like a Felix route, or a Felicia route, let's say. So I don't wish to do that one. I guess we'll save stuff here and we'll kind of figure out which direction we're going. I noticed at the itch of the base of my spine. I reach down to scratch it and feel a lump. So anyways, I really wanted to thank you for... The lump expands out, forming a tip. Oh crap, that's a tail, isn't it? The protrusion meets the waistband of my jeans and is now direct down instead. It snakes its way down the seat of my pants. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. My skin is immediately flush with sweat as inch after inch grows. And that's before the tip twitches on its own. Squeak! I attempt to swallow my tongue as the overtly mouse-like utterance escapes my throat. Well, I'm glad you're excited. Felix continues talking. I can see his lips moving as I can hear sound coming from them, but I just can't bring myself to listen. Why do I look like a mouse? This doesn't make any sense. Why is is this why my body felt weird this morning? Boy, I gotta tell you, with my dyslexia here, the dyslexic text is helping out so much. I'm still fumbling over stuff because my mouth is possibly going too fast in my brain, which is, not uncommon, but I still love the fact that this is a accessibility option. I try to smile and nod along the best I can, but my mind is going a mile a minute. Is that a gas leak? Did I black out and this is all a hallucination? Yes, it's that specific gas that turns you into a mice. The tail tip keeps growing and wrapping itself around my leg. Oh god, this feels so gross. Did I get bit by a mouse and transform? Are weremice a thing? A radioactive mouse became Mouse Woman! Is there some trickster god trying to punish me for being so timid? Does that sound good? Maybe it's hereditary and Mom passed it to me and it's manifested for the first time. Margaret. Why wouldn't you tell me that it's genetic? Is this all a big secret? Margaret? Uh-oh. What if there's a weremouse hunters looking for people like me? Some Van Helsing looking guy going to barge in and stab me in the heart? Margaret! Huh? Oops. Wait a minute. I was asking if that sounded okay to you. If what sounded okay? The raise I'm giving you. Raise? And I assume you didn't hear me mention your week of vacation that starts tomorrow? Vacation? Like not working? Man, you really are overworked. I'm so sorry I pushed you this hard, Margaret. I hope you can forgive me for being such a bad manager. Oh, of course. I'm glad to hear that. I want to keep you happy, Margaret. A lot of our success is because of you, and I've been taking that for granted. I'm going to talk to Sylvia and get her to promise she'll stop being so flaky. Even if she doesn't listen, I'll figure something else out. Felix picks up his thermos. Sylvia's closing tonight, so you're free to... Uh-oh. Did I accidentally start the... Alright, I guess we'll just have to figure out. I can't keep getting answers for like different routes and stuff like that. Otherwise, there's not much point in me like retelling the whole story. I could just like skip ahead and do all the other stuff here, and that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody. Especially since this is going to be like the only one I believe I've uploaded to this point. Enjoy your impromptu vacation. The significance of what Felix just told me makes me forget about my predicament almost for a second. Almost a full second. Maybe he isn't such a... And we're going to take it... Why the helmet? Why the helmet? Maybe he isn't such a bad boss after all. I just remember what's happening to me and rush back to the base of my spine. I trace the entire length of the tail trapped inside my pants all the way to the tip. While it's clearly separate from my leg, it still feels like a part of my body. I give it an experimental pinch and feel a jolt of pain. The tail twitches in response. This is the weirdest thing that's happened to anyone, ever happened to someone. Even if my pants weren't already filled out, I doubt the tail would fit in them comfortably. I might need some help that better facilitates tail ownership. Skirt. pick up my thermos. That's not your thermos. I pick up my thermos and hoping that another sip of tea might help calm me down. The grassy flavors I've come to expect and crave are absent and have been replaced with a dark bitterness. Huh? I take another sip. This is coffee. Felix took the wrong thermos. I pull up my phone and dial Felix's number. He shouldn't be that far away. I'm sure A phone vibrates on the shelf behind me. He forgot his phone again. Okay, so this is a Felix. This is at least the start of a Felix route. All right, I'm gonna plow forward, and we'll figure out where we're going from here. I feel like he'd be better off pinning it to his sweater. If I run, maybe I should be able to catch up to him. But I can't go in public like this, at least not without a hat or something. Well, I mean, there's a helmet right there, although I don't think your ears would fit in it. I'll just raid the lost and found and return whatever I use. I rummage through the box that we keep in the back filled with abandoned cell phone cases and travel coffee mugs. The first hat I find is a flat cap with a green tartan pattern. What is this, a golf hat or something? Hey. I used to wear those all the time. Not green, it was always like a nice brown tartan bug. So we have another 5-minute warning on the ads. What a weird color combination. Oh, it's so cute! I'll just have to... it'll have to do until I figure out something better. I stuff my belongings into my purse and grab both Felix's phone and the thermos before dashing out the door. Hey Sylvia, if you see Felix, let him know I have his phone. Bye! Huh? When I burst outside, I can't see Felix in either direction. Crap, where'd he go? Use your new mouse senses to sniff him out. I run 2 blocks to the Orange Line station Felix takes home. I clamber down the stairs to the station and swipe through the turnstile. My tail twitches, desperate to burst out with each bound I take. Calm down, you. Quiet, you. The moment I reach the bottom step, I see the doors of the train close shut. Shoot! I spin my head like a ballerina to see if I can catch Felix's face among those that whiz by as the train speeds away. I don't find him, and he isn't among any of the stragglers on the platform either. Crap, should I get on the next train? I don't even know his address. I just know he lives next to Gilbert Square Station. Or was it Confluence Station? I turn around and swipe out of the station. If I don't have a monthly pass, I would curse Felix for making me spend the $2.25. Emerging from the station, I consider my options. He might have gone downtown to do some shopping or eat out. And even if he didn't, I could pick up some new pants there. Or I could just go home and figure out this whole mouse thing. But I feel bad about leaving him without a phone for the night. Okay, so we're gonna save it right here. I'm pretty sure what I've done before was to go downtown to find Felix. That's the male to female transformation, which, yes, that's going to be that. And now this is the one that I'm almost certain I have not done yet. Memory loss is interesting. So that is absolutely the route that we're going to take this time around. Oh well, no cell phone for Felix tonight. I guess I'll just drop by the store tomorrow. I'll walk a few blocks to the light rail station for my ride home. The sky turns dark in the 40 minutes it takes to get back. I find a corner secluded enough to bury my face in so I don't have to worry about stares from my fellow commuters. Maybe if I just sit back in my apartment for a week, it'll go away. And if it doesn't, I wonder if my doctor would report me to the CIA if I went in like this. As I reach my apartment, I see light shining from behind blinds. Did I forget to shut my lights off this morning? I test the door handle and find it's still locked. Thank God, I thought I was being robbed or something. I unlock the door and swing it open. Okay, I can finally worry about fixing... Ah! Oh-ho! Here we go. This is what we were waiting for. Never stop gherkin. Perfect. All right, so I think we are on the right track to do exactly what we're setting out to do. Julie turns around from her place on the stove like she's expecting me. Oh, hey, Margaret. She turns back and tosses a pile of beef, peppers, and onions into the... Oh, yum. That sounds good. It sounds good. I'm not a big fan of, like, onions, but it really depends on what she's making. Using my best frying pan before catching them. I've hit my limit on gas station taquitos, and then my van's stove is still busted, so I figured you wouldn't mind me borrowing your kitchen. My arms stay frozen at my side as I try to catch up with what's happening. I'm pretty sure we're back, and on the path that we were working on. Is that Brazil? Oh, of course it's Brazil, because Brazilian ants. Ugh. Thanks, Mr. Obvious. Yes, Captain Obvious. Anyway, my arms stay frozen beside as I try to go through what this happened. I exhale and lean against the kitchen table. Hi, Julie. You might want to talk to your super about your locks, by the way. There's only like 4 gates in it, and the keyhole is super wide. Maybe get a deadbolt or something when you're home. Could have just asked me to let you in. I didn't want to bother you. Besides, we even a standing agreement I could use your place. Yeah, in college. Well, we'll just add this to the list of things I owe you from back then. You can have some fajitas, my treat. I mean, they're your veggies, but still. Sigh. Okay. Sleeping arrangements. It's very important. I get to be the little spoon. And sleeping in your van? Okay, that is something that I did not realize was happening in the background. Because up to this point in all the different scenarios that I have done, Julie's always been one of the like a background character. She's sort of like been doing her own thing among all the other chaos going around. So this is actually like I'm getting like more information than I had before with this, and it's really interesting. She is so goddamn cute too. Okay. Anywho, at least you bought the beef. Who said anything about buying? Did you shoplift the meat? It was on clearance. They had to throw it away tonight if I didn't take it. I'm basically doing them a favor. Oh, you little scamp. Okay, well, Margaret. We're adopting her. She's ours now. Okay? I don't hear any arguments. Whatever happened in France and whatever's happened since she got back from France is obviously she needs some time to get back on her feet, and in the meantime, big spoon. Okay? She's ours now. Look, you just go ahead and go over there, use your little mousy tongue, lick her cheek. If you lick it, it's yours. Wait, what was this about a van? Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm between permanent residences at the moment. And vans are a lot more practical than you think. It's way cheaper than an apartment, and I get to come and go as I please. It's great. Well, when the cops aren't waking you up to move at 2 a.m. And when it isn't breaking... Oh my god! New roommate, come on. This is unacceptable. This is setting off like every single one of my mama bear instincts. And when the stove works. All you need is a gym that won't ask questions when you shower there, and you're set. Stand up straighter. You know, you can just shower and cook here if you really need to. She pauses between shakes of salt. Even from behind, I can tell her unflappable aura of cheerfulness is showing signs of cracking. Oh, well, I might take you up on that. Maybe. Just for a bit, though. No, permanent. Oh my god. Okay, so I have loved every single one of these scenarios. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Everybody gets a happy ending. Like, but right here, this one specifically is setting off my protective instincts in a way that I was not expecting. Yeah, this, I want to protect her so goddamn bad. I'm actually more self-reliant than you think. I've got a few options lined up for apartments and some job applications out there. Yeah, in this job market, no. You live here now. Gavin and I have been texting, so maybe something will come of that. She turns off the stove. Anyway, well, we can catch up even more. After transferring everything to a plate, she turns around. Okay, tell me about... She squints. Is that animal makeup? Oh, right. Crap. No, we're not... Oh, we're not taking her out. We are not taking her out. What are you doing? Don't take her out. Confide in her, obviously. Oh, camming. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the ding-dang phone. Okay, we are going to save it here because I was actually just on the achievements. In fact, I wonder if I can see them. Chapter complete, music credits, extras, character viewer. Oh, there's a story chart right here. Oh, interesting. Oh, whoop, hold on. Maybe not do that right now, but that'll actually help me like unlock all the stuff, and then I can go back and watch the scenes later. Okay, I didn't realize that's so funny. I was gonna suggest that there was like the timeline branches, because I've seen other stories do that, and right there, it's already there. Just once again going to prove that the game design in this is so fucking solid. We're not kicking her out, but I noticed that there is an achievement for becoming a cam model. So I'm going to have to return to this and do that. But since our main goal for this was to romance Julie, obviously we need to confide in her. We confide in her. I mean, me personally, I would confide in her anyway, because it sounds like she has a lot going on, and kicking her out does not sit well with me at all. That is a question that she keeps staring at me. Oh my god, Julie. I don't know what's going on. I was at work and my ears started growing, and then I noticed my nose was different, and I looked at Sylvia's compact and I saw teeth grow, and I think my boobs and ass are bigger. Your ass is what now? It's growing a tail. Margaret, calm down. What's going on? I throw my hat to the ground and I fish my tail out from my pants. It sways back and forth as it's freed for the first time ever. Second time ever. You just don't remember the other one. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I bounce in place and shake my hands in front of me. I don't know if a witch cursed me or a radioactive rat bit me or ate some bad cheese. I've been a weremouse the whole life and I didn't know it, or... Julie rushes over and holds me in her arms. My muscles immediately relax. Oh, that's so cool. It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure this out. I'll help you fix this. Only after she says those words can I hug her back. Thank you. Oh god, I thought I was going to have to figure this out alone. She squeezes tighter and then pushes me back to hold my shoulders. Don't worry. I'm here for you. Let's figure this out. Okay. Thank you. She looks into my eyes and nods. Do you want some tea or something to calm me down? Yeah, let me make some for us. I've been really enjoying this one. I was... Immediately! Which I guess that makes sense because, you know, when you chase down Felicia, we'll just say, that's when you chase down Felicia, that's where her transformation starts. So the fact that, like, choosing this path and immediately having Julie drink tea makes total sense. Sure thing. Stumble over the sink and fill the electric kettle. We could, sit down, I guess. Whatever's more comfortable. I bring 2 mugs, the electric kettle, and the box of floor tea to the table. I plug the kettle in and we stand opposite of each other, leaning against the chairs. It's the first time I've been this close to calm with my tail free. And I can finally give it some attention. I flinch as it brushes against the cold hardwood floor. I can feel the hair on it lag behind my motions as it sways back and forth. What's even more unnerving is the fact that I'm unconsciously controlling it. If I think hard enough, it stays still. At the moment my thoughts are elsewhere, it twitches like a restless leg. No, Julie notices my squeamishness. Does it feel bad? It doesn't hurt, I guess. But now that it's out of my pants, at least, it's just wrong, you know? Like I'm wearing socks, but I still feel the ground on my skin. Yeah, I hate socks too. Yeah, that makes sense. It's so cold I'm wearing socks today. I'm very angry about it. When I woke up this morning, I had this big hangover. My body felt kind of weird, but I figured that wasn't so unusual. I showered and then sobered up over breakfast and tea. The tea clicks off after it reaches the boiling point. Let me. After tossing a tea bag in each mug, she pours water into both. I took my breakfast to the armchair and read through a whole book before I even finished. Is that unusual? I think you know me well enough to know it's not unusual for me to read in my free time. No, I meant to read a whole book in... yeah. Ah! I read pretty fast, but I guess it wasn't unusual. In fact, I've had a lot of energy today for some reason. I think it might be a side effect of the changes. Were you changing while reading? No, I just went to work like normal. Oh, because she was still relaxed when she was doing the reading. That's what's going on. Oh. That's so smart. Julie bobs her tea bag in her cup as she listens. When I got here, or there, I was feeling great. Felix even commented on it himself. He said it never looked that so energetic. Ha! And then you put him in a chokehold and demanded he split the store profits with you 60-40, right? Julie, I'm trying to be serious. Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. What did you do then? Well, then I... Wait, crap. Do I have to tell... You do have to tell her. You're in for a penny, in for a pound. I hadn't thought this far ahead to remember what's included like a recap of today's full events. Seemed the most embarrassing... Yes. Tell her what you did. Naughty girl. Margaret? Then I sort of had this really intense daydream where I was, with Felix. You what? Kinda got lost in a bit imagining him with a shirt off and stuff. Felix? Your boss Felix? Glasses Felix? Owns a dozen different sweater vests Felix? Julie, look. Felix looks dapper in a sweater vest. Felicia looks very cute in a skirt. Julie, please, I'm having a tough time already, okay? She pulls the tea bag out of the cup and gives it a soft shake. Fine, fine. I just don't see it is all. She takes a sip of the tea. Do it! Yes! One of us. One of us. You don't even like boys. You wouldn't find him sexy no matter what. She puckers and squints. Oh wow, this is good stuff. You got this yesterday? Yeah, before Gavin and I met up with you. I'm gonna have to pick up a box from him. I can't remember the last time I've had tea this good. She drinks almost half her mug in one gulp. Yeah, the berry flavor is really refreshing. Seems a little reductive to call it berry, but it's that. Everybody's tasting different stuff with the tea. From everything I've seen in the series, in this book, the visual novel. Oh, excuse me. So I'm probably gonna end it after what I assume is going to be the transformation scene for Julie, because talking this much is a little rough on the voice. So I'm trying not to cough too badly. But I'm not used to talking this much during gameplay. Anyway, tell me what you did after daydreaming about white bread McDoggers. Oh my god. Oh lord. I get a little glowering. I get in a little glowering before continuing. Well, I should at least let you know that I was just as surprised. And right when I was getting in over my weird crush, I ran into Sylvia, and well, the same thing happened. Is this the flake who works there? Yeah, that's her. Is she hotter at least? Yeah, I mean, she's pretty much how she gets away with it. She is really hot. Julie stirs her tea and presses the bag against the walls of the mug to release the essence quicker. What's she look like? She's not your type, if that's what you're asking. She's skinny and blonde and has a tan that I'm pretty sure is fake. Pass. She drinks another swig without bothering to take out the tea bag. She's got this cute face and wears really fashionable quasi-office wear and pushes her bust up and her legs are just... Sure. Pretty skinny blonde with big tits, got it. Yeah, I'm generally not that attracted to the cheerleader type, but Julie, of course, is also like a fucking nerd who does, stage magic, so fuck, I'm all in with, Sylvia specifically. Well, anyway, I talked with her and I couldn't even look at her. I was getting so worked up. With my eyes glued to the wall, her voice just got me going. I thought it was going to come right there in the break room. Huh, wow. She finishes her mug and tosses a second bag in before refilling it. Do you want anything else? No, this tea's great. Keep going. I hesitate before picking back up. So I finally get out of our conversation and try to calm down before the storage shelves. Among the storage shelves. I've got all this pent-up energy and I have to burn it off somehow, so I start rearranging the shelves. I'm throwing around boxes full of books that are over 50 pounds like it's nothing. And even in less than a half an hour, I've organized it better than it's ever been. It would have been taking me weeks to do it normally. And you weren't even tired? Barely. I mean, a bit by the end, but once I was finished, I felt kind of proud of myself. And I sort of had this silly fantasy about how Felix would react. Like he would be so impressed that he'd give me control of the store to me. Then I imagined he, touched me, and then I... Holy shit, you rub one out at work? Way to stick it to your boss. She raises her mug and cheers before taking a big gulp. Couldn't help it. I want to see her start to slowly transform as she's having this conversation. Although she doesn't seem to be all that worked up, which is, obviously the main catalyst for the transformation. I haven't been this horny since I had been a freshman in colleges, and the rugby and field hockey teams had that joint fundraiser car walk. Oh my god. But anyway, I couldn't tell at the time, but that's when I first started changing. My breasts got too big for my bra, my hips got so big that they barely fit in my pants, but I was so turned on that I didn't notice until I was finished. Felix walked right in after I finished, and I managed to talk my way out of there before he asked too many questions. I worked for an hour or so after that, and I still feel all hyper. I was zooming around the store like it was on a mega caffeine. Julie nods as she finishes up her third cup. Oh my god. She pours the remaining water into the kettle into her mug, shaking the kettle upside down to get the last few drops. I think that's when the rest of my changes happened. I I was so worked up that I didn't notice, but Sylvia pointed my ears out to me. She thought it was a costume or something. She gave me her compact, and I saw myself, and I freaked out. I even saw my teeth get bigger in the mirror. Then Felix called me into the back break room, and then that's when I felt my tail growing. I was so preoccupied with that I missed him telling me I had a week off, and I felt a little and I left a little after that and came back here. He wasn't weirded out by the mouse ears. I guess he figured it was a costume. I kind of don't know what else he believed, honestly. We both stand in silence for a moment. So you don't know what caused it? Not really. Changes seemed to align whenever I got revved up with sex or work or something. But I don't know why I got horny or restless in the first place. Julie takes another sip. Can't think of anything that's new or unusual, like a weird book or something strange, someone strange bumped into you? No, nothing like that. What did you do last night after you got back from the bar? I was honestly so drunk I don't remember. Though I got a hangover pretty quickly, I think, over the hangover pretty quickly at the time I chalked it up to. There it is. There it is. Rock me like a hurricane. She lowers her mug from the latest sip. Her eyes look darker than normal. Did you put on a lot of eyeshadow or something today? Huh? No, not really. Wait, what did you say the tea tastes like? I don't know. It's super weird. Like it's got a dozen flavors at the same time. At first I thought it had a berry flavor, but there's also like nuts or something. Like almost maybe fish, like fresh fish. It sounds gross, but it actually works somehow. And then I take another sip, and it's almost like combine all the sodas at Fidel's Fromage. Oh, right, the place that she had mentioned. Each time Julie blinks, it looks like her bags around her eyes are getting darker and larger. Is it giving you a lot of energy? Oh, yeah, definitely. You need to give me this stuff when I interview for jobs. I'll walk out of there managing the place. Out of the inside corners of her eyes. Yep, there we go. Trash panda time. Two tendrils of black jet out to each other until they meet at the bridge of her nose. It makes it look like she's wearing some kind of bandit mask. My heart skips a beat. Julie, I think the tea is causing this. Huh? Really? Something's happening with your eyes. What? What is it? I grab Julie's hand and we pull her in front of the mirror in my bedroom. When I park her in front of it, she knocks me down as she nearly knocks me down as she backs into me. What the hell are those? I don't know. They started appearing around your eyes when you had your fourth mug of tea. She grasps the edge of the mirror and with both hands and presses her face close to the surface. Are those? Oh my god, it's hair. What do you mean it's hair? It's the tiny little hairs. That's what the black color is. I'm growing hair on my eyelids. Is this what happened to you? No, I mean, I don't think so. I've only looked like this. Oh god, it's spreading. It's getting bigger. Oh, cute. She's so fucking cute. The black markings are now because she's panicking and her heart's beating faster. Almost like a drop of water seeping out through the sheet of paper. The bridge between her eyes gets darker and larger, crawling down her nose and up her brow. Ah, it's so weird. She prods the new hair with one finger, wincing every time she touches the patch and feels it bend against her skin. Her attention is so rapt that I'm the one to notice her change. Julie, your ears. Huh? What? They're changing like mine. She steps back enough to see her ears expand. I hadn't seen my own change, so I'm witnessing the effect for the first time. They grow in waves, and the cartilage stretching like it's being pulled before retracting a few millimeters. The more and more they grow, becoming rounder, larger and longer than with each second. Oh my gosh. Fine hairs appear on the surface, the same color as the hair around her eyes. As her ears expand, the more fur sprouts to fill the new space. Oh, so cute! When they get half as big as mine, small flecks of lighter gray sprout around the edges. Shit, I can feel them in my ears now. Damn it, I don't want to be a mouse too. I don't think you need to worry about that. Look at the dog! Look at the little guys, just I want to fucking like I want to bite the pudge right here and sort of just like sleep on her belly and then oh my gosh. I see a few black hairs creep from the waistband of her shorts. I don't think you're turning into a mouse. A round tuft of black fur sprouts from the top of her shorts. Ah! What is that? What's happening? I think it's your tail. The tuft extends out further. This time there's a ring of gray. A tail? I can't grow a tail. Another surge. Whoa, that's so cute. Another surge and the third length of her tail pops up. It's black, back to back this time. Back to black this time. Ah! Come on, brain, work with me now. I don't think you have much of a choice. She stands there powerless. Oh, look, you can actually see the... You can see like the tail extending down over here too. So this is interesting. So she's not full furry, just like Margaret currently isn't full furry. Looks like she's actually got like the anime style cat girl thing, except she's also got like the fuzzy mask, bandit mask as well. Her mask takes up almost the entire top half of her face. Her ears have stalled out at about half my size, but her tail keeps surging out of her shorts in alternating black and gray bands. It's so thick, I have no idea how big the tail itself is, but the fur almost makes it as wide as she is. Julie would let you bite if she can do the same. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've kind of got like some of my models are kind of ripped, but I've got a nice little biteable belly too. So yeah, mutual biting, which I have to admit is something that I'm kind of into too. So I don't know why I'm like being embarrassed about talking about that stuff. Like this whole game has got a lot of different kinks in it. So it's so thick. I have no idea how big the tail itself is. Right. So, oh, cute! This isn't the last thing that changed, though. Black, scaly skin spreads out from the tip of her nose until her covers the entire surface. At the same time, small slits appear at the base of each nostril and flare back up until they make two U-shaped openings on the sides. Oh shit, why is my nose doing that? She reaches to touch it, but retracts the moment she makes contact. Ew, fuck, it's wet. Ew, ew, ew. Whiskers sprout from the skin around it like tufts of grass. They're far thicker and shorter than my own, and she scrunches her nose like she could shake them off. She looks like she could faint if anything more happens, but her changes finally seem to slow. So pretty. The last ring pops out of her pants, and everything is quiet for a moment. Julie stands stock still, afraid something else will change if she moves. Is it over? I think so. The panic hasn't quite left her eyes, but the first time she can take in what she's become instead of focusing on every change that's happened. What am I? I think you're, a raccoon? She narrows her eyes. Oh my god, you're right. I'm like a raccoon. Why the hell am I a raccoon? Because you're a scrungily little trash panda yourself. Just from your lifestyle, feels very much like this is the appropriate, like, the chaos gremlin energy is very raccoon coded. Which, and I'm not condemning, I fucking love it. My mind returns the moment I walked into my apartment and find her rummaging through my food. There you go, like exactly. Yeah, that's a real head scratcher. She turns and grabs my shoulders. Margaret, you have to help me. You're just helping me. Yeah, but now I'm in trouble and you have more experience with this. I started turning into a mouse a couple of hours ago. That's why it's longer. That's way longer than me. But I don't know how it works. Wait, you said something about tea. The tea, right. We rush back to the kitchen and she nabs the box of tea. You got this from Gavin's shop? Yeah, right before seeing you. You just had it on the shelf for sale? No, actually, I found it on the floor. You served me tea you found on the floor. I drank it too. You tasted how good it was. I just wanted more. Does Gavin know what this is? No, he said he'd never seen it before. He'd actually just gave it to me for free. I don't even know if it was a barcode on it. She twisted around to confirm that there isn't one. Sometimes he gets samples of new blends from distributors. Guess he thought we was one of those. She brings it closer to her eyes and tries reading the copy on the box. The label on the side isn't even complete. It looks like it was just pasted on. She flips it to the other side. At least this side is in Chinese, I think. Wait. The box requires further scrutiny. Oh wait, it's actually Japanese. Dang. This font is really old-timey. My heart sinks. Where are we going to find somebody who reads Japanese? Margaret, I read Chinese. Is that helpful? Yeah, when written down, they share a lot of the same vocabulary. Like, let me see. Shit, I can barely read this. Who uses calligraphy for packaging? Oh, right here on the top it says Zishi. That's instructions. I almost leap out of my socks. There are instructions? Yeah, it looks like maybe just for making the tea, but... She scans the list. No, wait, there's way too much here for just preparing the tea. Oh, and this last line here, I think it says something about either reverting or how things are normally or something. The first moment of relief since I got home sweeps through my chest. So we can turn back. I mean, I think so. I would still have to translate it, though. What do you need for that? If you had a laptop, it would be good, I guess. I rush to my bedroom and yank my laptop off my desk, and nearly tear the charger out of the wall. I open it on the kitchen table and Julie sits down. Thankfully, I don't have anything embarrassing open from the last time I used it. She pulls two windows, and sets the Google Translate with the Japanese to English on one side and Japanese to Chinese on the other. Good grief. Okay. Okay, this might take a bit, but if I use both, I should figure it out. Oh god, thank you so much. Do you want anything while you work? Like some She glares at me. Water or something? She nods and sets to work. I fetch a pair of water glasses and set one down for Julie. The fajitas are mostly cold, but I set a plate out for Julie. She picks at them with a fork as she works. I want to hover over her back as she works, but don't want to be intrusive. I resort to pacing back and forth across the kitchen instead. Hope it's not too distracting for her. She goes back and forth between the box and her laptop, pecking characters into the night. So, like, the Julie route, like, really rushes right ahead to the type of, like, the solution to the whole problem. So that's... I guess it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I would fucking absolutely goddamn drink the hell out of this tea if it was a real thing. I mean, I would almost drink nothing. I would drink exclusively this tea and nothing else. Water be damned. Picking the... Okay. Sometimes she pulls her phone and scribbles something on the screen before picking from the suggested characters. For much of the time, she keeps a page with Japanese symbols and copies and pastes directly from it. A few times she consults pages with titles like Classical Japanese Ornithology or Orthography. Or ornithology is the study of birds. Or orthography, I'm not sure what that is. It makes me glad to have Julie here to figure things out. She knows 4 languages. I can name them off the top of my head, and there are probably some others she neglected to tell me. It's a very different... it's got a very different antagonistical force in this route. Interesting. Definitely don't tell me anything beyond that here, but this one is... It's so interesting. Because I think there's at least 2 in which the furry convention comes into play. I don't know if that's going to come into play with this one here, but... which is Gavin. Gavin is a furry, so he knows about that stuff. And Felix has the furry convention come to her shop. Or Felicia has it come to her shop during the transformation sequence. But like, yeah, having Julie like in on the game like right from the beginning like opens up a whole hell of a lot of possibilities. The French she spoken in front of me sounded authentic, not that I would know, and that was before she'd even moved there. It makes me feel guilty for speaking kind of okay Portuguese. Yeah, I was right. It is Portuguese. I keep... Like, every single time I play this, I always have to remind myself that Portuguese is Brazil's spoken language. As the translated English to text grows longer, I want to read it myself, or ask what it says, but I don't want to break the groove she's in. By the way, I do not remember if I had mentioned this, or if you were in the chat when it happened, but let me see if I can find her character. Extras. Where's the character viewer? What? Who are we? Okay, so I want. There's a here we go. Here, this character right here, Reggie's. Yes, I frickin' love Reggie's. Like the whole wolf thing that you got going on here, and the whole just like standoffishness and being like rude and stuff, but still wanting to be part of the whole tea thing. Freaking love this character right here. I adore her so goddamn much. I also love Gabby, but you know, I know these are like Patreon backers or people who supported the show. Maku is also extremely cute, but like right here, Reggie's freaking love Reggie's so goddamn much. A rare you really she strikes me as like very tsundere, which, you know, it's just like, and I hate to say this here, especially with like, you know, my whole autism and stuff like that here. I kind of don't mind like a giant like muscle mommy, you know, being mean to me, but in a way that, like, you know, there's a promise of cuddles after. But yes. Feast. Yes, exactly. Oh man, I friggin' adore Reggie's, and I'm kind of sad to see that I'm kind of in like a minority in that, but I saw her joining in because like when she joins the tea shop here and she's just like being rude to customers, and it's just like, yeah, okay, fine, but like that's probably not the best. But like there's that whole like that cafe, I think in the South or something like that here, where like the waitresses are you go there specifically to have the waitresses be mean to you. That's an experience. Here's all the Reggie's art you could want. Oh wait, so like is this the route that has a lot more Reggie stuff? Because if that's the case, I should have been doing this one the first. So that's awesome, because I think I remember you saying something. It was either you or Dynamo saying that depending on what story you choose, because Reggie's is the fanfic writer, and there was like the wolf transformation, there was like a dragon transformation, and a couple of other different things that like the main character in the story turned into, and that possibly could change what Reggie turns into. I put a link into her gallery. Fantastic. Hold on. Where do I put a link in her? Put a link to her gallery. I will definitely check that out after stream, because we're getting pretty close to where I usually wrap up anyway. Zoe's link was censored. How do I uncensor that? Because I would love to everybody to check out stuff like that. More Reggie's Maku interactions. Dang it. What is this? Oh no. Okay, so that's what that is. Shoot. Searcher tag on the E site. Okay. I will do that. But let me finish up this, because I love her so fucking much. So I force myself to stomach more of the fajitas so I don't starve. I can hardly manage a few mouthfuls. After about an hour, her fingers scan the last line of the box's instructions after transcribing them. A few minutes after that, she sets the box down and switches her gaze between the English and Chinese text. Okay. Okay, what? I think I've got it. Really, what does it say? So it's like, she cocks her head. Have I ever told you about Yeet Hay? So yeah, like they were saying, anybody who is in the gallery or in the chat right now, check out oh my god, what is it? CineSwitch, I think, is the name of the company. If you go to their website here and you search for Reggie's, you can see my favorite girl. Maybe not my favorite girl, because I'm also a big fan of, like, who am I kidding? I'm a big fan of Felicia and Sylvia and Julie, but like I cannot wait to see more Cinnamon Switch. Yes, exactly. So if you go to that their website here, you can find more Reggie's stuff, which I'm going to do immediately after I'm done streaming. I would otherwise just have you hit the link, but I do not know how to fix that in the short amount of time before the next ad. So it's a Chinese medicine thing. Actually, that might be giving it too much credit. It's a Chinese thing your mom tells you. It's about whether stuff you do or eat makes you too hot, like fried food and stuff. The instructions don't mention it specifically, but it's close enough that I think that's what they mean. Maybe they don't have a concept in Japan. I don't know. You are what you eat, basically. What does that have to do with the tea? I'm getting to that. So the tea makes you more energetic and stuff. More tuned in on. Basically more, well, animal-like. So drinking more and doing intense stuff that gets you excited makes you change more. Acting like whatever animal you are strengthens it too. I think you can burn off that energy though, that part's not clear. But anyway, in order to turn back, you have to cool yourself down. Not like a cold shower necessarily, even though that would probably help. But you know, stuff like drinking water or sleeping, but it specifically mentions meditation as the most effective manner. And not just meditation, but meditating by focusing your human form. And what will happen and that will turn you back. I think so. I sighed so deeply I almost collapsed to the floor. Oh, thank goodness. Man, I was worried that for a second. I thought I was going to wake up tomorrow with 2 feet tall and a dumpster. Oh, yeah, no, that would be real bad. Yeah, now I know some people and I know some people in this house keep cats, so... Oh god, that would have been bad. Tell me about it. I bet one might even try to eat you right now. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of cats in the first place. Oh, you are in a specific timeline. We both laugh. It feels like such a relief after hours of constant anxiety. I had imagined I would never be able to laugh again in my life. Our chuckling peters out after a moment. So I guess we should just meditate? Oh, sure, I guess, although we might try sleeping it off too. Gosh, I don't know if I'd be able to fall asleep like this. Really? I don't know if it would be too hard. Then again, I've been sleeping in a van for a couple of weeks. I just figured you'd want to change back as soon as possible. Oh, well, I don't know. I peered incredulously at her. You were just freaking out about being a raccoon a second ago. That was before I knew I could turn back. I was just kind of, I don't know, interesting. Oh, that's so fucking cute. Look at that. Oh. She grins and her tail switches back and forth in big bushy arcs before she ends it in a hug. Really? Yeah, it's like an episode of every kid's cartoon where your characters turn into animals. Those were always fun. Okay. Or in my case, Ronma 1/2, which was kind of formative when I was growing up. Well, I'm going to turn back right now. I don't want people to see my face in public like this. The light bulb that illuminates in Julie's brain is so bright that I can see it shining out of her ears. Oh, right. I've seen that look before. Julie, what are you doing? Nothing. She's always had the worst poker face. And now she's got like a little thing pokering out of her face. Julie, please don't do anything weird. Oh, don't worry about me. I just have an errand I need to run. She walks into the door and points to the keys on the hook while slipping on her shoes. Hey, you might have to borrow your keys to get back in. I could just break in again if you'd rather not. But you're right. I'll just knock back when I'm back. Let me know how the meditation goes. Okay, so she slams the door shut before I can get another word out. I'm alone save for the company of 2 half-eaten plates of fajitas. God, I want fajitas now. Alright, Margaret, you know what you have to do. Just meditate for an hour and you'll be back to normal. It'll be like none of this ever happened. Julie's a big girl. She can handle being out by herself at night, looking like a human raccoon hybrid, about to commit some petty crime probably. I'll probably just take her to regular jail instead of some secret government lab. Or the pound. Oh, for Christ's sakes. I open the door and lock it behind me. Leaning out from the railing, I wave at her van in the parking lot. Julie, wait for me! Okay. That... Oh, so cool! Okay. You know what? Honestly, this... Ooh, you know what? I kind of low-key love the look of this. In fact, if you see like my background here, how my whole thing is set up as kind of like an arcade, this is kind of what I was inspired by, and I've been trying to think of doing some different stuff to make it a little more what's the word I'm looking for? A little more like neon lights kind of thing here. And the red brick does not really lend itself well to doing a lot of other stuff here. I might actually use this as like because this is inspiring me to like make it more like the room is dark and the neon lights are causing things here. So if I darken up the bricks and add some like the lighting on the side. Now, Dynamo, I don't know if you were like the one who did the backgrounds for the game. I know you did like the character art, But I really may use this as kind of inspiring to kind of fix my channel up, because I've been wanting to give it kind of a refresh, and this would be great. But that will be, all of that will be for another time. Our friend Heartgear does backgrounds. Perfect. Okay, well, like I said, I won't steal it because that's awful. But like, all I really have to do is sort of like darken up the color of the bricks, and that should actually make stuff stand out so much better. Because like I don't know if you're even interested in here, but I should probably pimp this out anyway while I have some time here. But I actually just finished writing and publishing my first book, and the entire like main setting is on a planet that is sort of set in kind of like the 1980s, 1990s, you know, Cold War, neon, retro futurism, cassette wave kind of settings here. And my background is based on a particular room in the main base, which is the antechamber, which has been sort of styled as an arcade. Which is, you know, appropriate for the channel because I'm playing video games on stream for the most part. And I did all right. I did like neon signs and stuff like that here, but it still just doesn't sit right with me here. But I want to kind of do it a little bit more in this style. That being said, I am so happy to have everybody in to sort of watch and lurk and hang out and chat. Everybody has been so great to have both Dynamo and Zoe once again hanging out. And before it gets to the next advertisement, which is trying to start right now, I think this is a perfect time to pause it for the time being. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad to be getting back into this here, and I'm so excited to see where this route takes me. Check out Cinnamon Switch, and you know, definitely look out for their new game, which is going to be coming up. Coffee something else. Shoot, can I go all the way back? It doesn't look like it. But they have a game that's going to be coming up. Oh, thank you again. Yeah, no, I always appreciate you two stopping in and bringing your community with coffee buns. There we go. Yes, because coffee buns is definitely going to be on the list of this. Yeah, because from what I understand, like it happens after the tea becomes more prevalent in the like mainstream. There we go. But yes, I'm so excited to see that. I love this game. I love just like the writing, the art, everything about it is so great. But so we will pick this up probably next week, maybe, but soon. But until then, I will catch you on the flip.